Lord have mercy. Christ have mercy. When he was saying his things, the prisoner said, shut up! The guy who was going to be executed, he said, shut up! And the prisoner, he thought maybe something was happening, so he called, he said, shut up! Then he looked at the prisoner. You are about to be executed. Instead of being humble, maybe through the prayers, you never know. And the prisoner said, shut up! And you know what he told me? He said, if I believed the things you claim that you believe, if the whole of England and Wales was covered with broken bottles, I would walk on my knees. I would crawl on my knees to go to the last person to tell them. Even the prisoner could see through his canticles. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear. Shut up! Shut up with your false sermon. You just listen to one tape and come and stand and preach. The thing has not even passed beyond your gray cortex. You have never done Bible study to even know the inside and the inner aspect of the message. You come there with surface things to come and talk and just rattle out. Are you a parrot? Do you know you can control your computer to speak? You can program it, say you are worthy, and when you come, you press enter to start. You are worthy. So you can program your computer to pray for you. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, to say all. God does not need your computer program. He's looking for fire. People with fire. People who are fresh. Now, but because you have not become cold, you think you are okay. And lukewarm people cannot do the work of God. You see what I'm preaching? Rich people cannot easily stay. Politicians cannot easily stay here. And that's how Reverend Eastwood is too. When he preaches and he's freely preaching, if you are not serious with God, you go out of the church. It's true. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy him. His meetings are spiritual. Now, I just want to give you one thing. And then we are out of here because I told Reverend Saki I'm just preaching for 10 minutes. Do you know why you are lukewarm? Because you have mixed with cold water. And you have mixed with other lukewarm water. When I went to the Nigeria recently, 2 days ago, after I finished preaching, I was going to bath. And a very senior pastor brought hot water in a bucket for me to bath. And it was very hot. So he had to turn it into warm water. Bathable water. When you are a flame of fire, when you touch somebody, we don't use hot water to drown people. We only use cold water when we are drowning you. Do you know why hot water is not used to drown? As soon as you touch the hot, you come out. We don't use cold water to drown people. Or warm water. You don't use hot water. You have mixed with people that are not as on fire as you. And it has cooled you down. I say what? It has cooled you down. Even a pastor, if you preach to cold people and lukewarm people, after a while your message will go like this until your messages are warm. unhandleable. Jesus' message, you can't handle it. Today I went to Krobodumasi, I was preaching. I said, I've brought blessings. So they were all open mouth, wide-eyed. Then I started my blessings. I said, blessed are the poor. I said, it's a very good thing to be poor. I taught them it's one of the highest blessings to be poor. Thank God for poverty. Embrace poverty. Be glad. Because theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Hey, they were surprised. I said, blessed are the meek. Originally, I'm sure they thought the blessings I was bringing. I said, what I'm talking about heaven is too small for me to say earth. Anything on earth. Now, but we want our blessings on. Look, let me tell you, when I minister and as the Spirit is ministering things, they are very powerful. And people are blessed all the time. This last convention we had, there was one sister, she came around, she was telling me, I said, as they were coming, I said, somebody is receiving a free ticket. Straight away, the next day, she went to work, made a call, and then she just inquired, how much is the ticket? And they said, who is it? Is it for you? I said, if it is for you, it is free. So that she received that free ticket. Another person had applied for visa. In fact, when I saw her, I said, what did I say to her? I haven't forgot. Reverend Saki told me this. I said, what? You have been in Ghana for too long. You are going. Meanwhile, she has applied for visa how many times? 5 times and has been bounced 5 times. Including when? Exactly 2 weeks before. As soon as I said, you have been around too long, go. You must go now. Go. The next morning, she went with the passport where she has been refused, including 2 weeks before, with the same paper, and pam, they just said, go. Alonzi. And she was out. So, I mean, these are very powerful. We are talking about being bounced 2 weeks. You have been bounced several times. And I remember when I saw her, you have been around for too long. Go. You are going. She's out. So all these things, God does them. I mean, we are not against, not even that we are not. We minister as the Spirit is ministering. We minister supernatural things. It's not a matter of struggling over cars. There are higher things. It's more higher to be poor in spirit. And for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Some of my pastors are becoming lukewarm because they have associated themselves with lukewarm pastors. It's true. You will never be the way you are because of the people that you are flowing with. I don't want to lie to you. In normal life, the most highest cause of being lukewarm is not because you are rich. It's by mixture. Mixture. That's why now my meetings, I don't mix hot and cold. Sometimes I will specifically say, this deep freezer should not come to the meeting. This ice block, this ice water should not come. Yeah. They are too cold. Too cold to mix with these hot ones. When they mix with them, everything will change. I can't even preach what I wanted to preach. There are messages. When you listen, if you want to hear me preaching from my heart, I'll never preach from my heart the real fire that is in my heart at many places. I can't. But if you want to listen, you have to listen to some particular messages. Then you will hear certain things that you will never hear. Even what I'll preach this morning. Do you think I can preach this evening, in the morning? You know those who are here this morning? There are more fire people here. Most of the morning people don't have the fire that many of the evening people have. Even the instrumentalists. Some of them play for unbeliever band. If I see you play for unbeliever, I'll never let you play for when I haven't seen it. They listen to unbeliever music. I don't like such instrumentalists at all. I hear that you play for this, you play for. To me, you are not even a Christian. Don't clap. Let me tell you something. We are not talking about mixture of cold and hot or hot and warm. The water they mixed for me in Nigeria, it was not cold and hot because the weather is very hot. So the water was already normal warm water plus hot. And it came down to what? Warm. And I was able to do what? Bath. That's why I say iron sharpeneth iron. Iron sharpeneth iron. Those of you in the Bible school, some of the people in the school are not correct. You go and mix with them. Everybody has his reason for coming to Bible school. Not everybody is in the Bible school because he loves God or he wants to be in the ministry. The mixture is making you warm. And when you are warm, you are no more qualified to be a minister. That's why even the fasting, we cannot fast. Yeah. We cannot fast because of the type of people in the church. A large multitude, mixed multitude of strangers. Mixture. That's why now our meetings, we are not mixing certain things. And there are some ice block we have to move. Otherwise, it will become too cold, too warm, too quickly. I came tonight to tell you, you cannot be a servant and a minister, proper minister, unless you are just fire. Golden, did you hear what I said? You are not supposed to be some mature, like you see the rich people say, I'm some kind of mature guy who's just, I still, I greet the people and it's like I'm handling the professors and the, executives and the business, whatever, and the, community and the politicians and the, the top guys and the executives, and I have something mature sounding, and I have a crossover appeal, and I have an appeal to all kinds of people, the high class and the low class and the middle class and the rich class and the poor class, and I'm a crossover person. He said, lukewarmness is your deadly enemy. He said, he reached out and touched my heart. And he said, the fire. I feel the fire. When he touched me, I said, I feel some fire there. I feel the fire. I feel the fire. But when they touch your heart, what will they feel? Something looky, warming. Oh, when I read this, I was glad that I'm on fire for Jesus. I was glad that I sound like an extremist. I'm glad that I sound like a zealous, crazy guy. I'm glad that I sound like a radical person. When I saw that he makes his pastors fire, I was glad that I serve God with fire and I preach salvation, hellfire, heaven and hell be born again. Up till today, I'm glad I've not changed that thing. In fact, when I saw it, I became happy for myself. I said, Charlie, let the fire keep on burning. When I was in school, 1982, first year, I preached fire. Repent. We made stickers in the whole campus. We stuck inside every toilet. Repent or perish. Repent or perish. Repent or perish in the whole school. I preach on buses. I preach all over. Even now, I go to the campus and walk on top of their rooftops and I stand there and I preach. I'm glad I still have something. Another, like I'm a mature person. I'm into economic empowerment to strategic achievement steps, strategic principles